Hi, welcome to Discover Spanish once again. Nice to see you. Okay, today we're going to talk about the infinitive form of the verb, of course, in Spanish. But just before we do, I just want to point out to you, which something you already know, that in English, the infinitive of the verb is always expressed by putting to, T-O, in front of the word. To jump, to play, to run, to dance, to sleep, to eat. It's always to something. That's the infinitive. Spanish is not quite like that. We're going to talk about that in this video today.
It's time to discover Spanish, so let's roll.
It's raining today, so we're going to do this video indoors, if that's all right with you, of course. Now, we were talking about the infinitive form of the verb, okay? And as I mentioned in the introduction, in English, the infinitive is always expressed by putting to in front of the word. In Spanish, there are three conjugations, or three forms of verbs, or three forms of infinitives, all right? And they are determined by the ending of the word. We don't put anything in front, it's by the ending. And there are three different endings for verbs in the infinitive form in Spanish. Okay, so the three different endings for the infinitive form of the verbs in Spanish are AR, or AR, as in hablar, hablar, AR. AR, as in comer, comer, to eat, to speak, to eat, and IR, vivir, or as in vivir. Okay, so we have, whenever you see it with a verb with an ending like these, you know that we're talking about to something, okay? To speak, to eat, to live. Now we're going to deal with the present tense of each one of these because they're conjugated a little differently. Now we'll see some exceptions when we get into irregular verbs. But as a rule, every verb that ends with AR, okay, is conjugated in the present tense, the present indicative tense, the present tense. It's conjugated this way. Hablo, yo, first person, hablo, hablo. Second person, tú or vos, hablas. Third person, which is what? Él, ella, usted, habla. First person plural, nosotros o nosotras, hablamos. Second person plural, vosotros o vosotras, habláis. And third person plural, ellos, ellas, ustedes, hablan. Hablan. Okay, so as we can see, we have, with a verb ending with AR, hablo, hablas, habla, hablamos, habláis, hablan. Those are the endings in the present tense, verbs ending with AR. Now, verbs ending in ER. Okay, different endings. Yo como. Yo como. I eat. Yo como. Tú o vos comes. Él o ella o usted come. Nosotros o nosotras, ¿verdad? comemos, comemos. Vosotros o vosotras coméis. Y third person plural, ellos, ellas o ustedes comen. Comen. So, verbs ending with ER in the present tense, finish this way. Como, comes, come, comemos, coméis, comen. As you can see, the root of the words stay. Right? The root always stays. The root stays. It's the endings that change, according to the person. And that's one of the main reasons why, in Spanish, we can leave off the personal pronoun a lot of the time. Most of the time, actually. You'll hear people when they're speaking to each other or when they're speaking Spanish, they're not always using the yo, the tu, the il. They just use the right ending for the verb, and it's understood what they're talking about. Okay, so the last ending for our infinitive form of the verbs in Spanish is er, right? As in vivir, which means to live. And we conjugate it in the present tense this way. Yo vivo. Tú o vos vives. Él o ella o usted, third person singular, vive. Okay, and now in the plural, first person plural, we have nosotros o nosotras vivimos. Vosotros o vosotras, don't forget, this is the present tense. Okay, vivís. Vivís. And ellos, ellas, ustedes viven. So, words ending with, or verbs ending with er, those are the endings. Vivo, vives, vive, vivimos, vivís, viven. And as you can see, the root is the same. V-I-V. Uve, vives, vivir, vivo, vives, vive, vivimos, vivís, viven. So those are the present indicative tense of the three conjugations of Spanish. AR or AR, AR, ER. Remember, whenever you see a word that ends with one of these endings, you're talking about the infinitive. You're talking about to something. To talk, to speak, to eat, to live. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that video. I certainly enjoyed being with you. It's always a pleasure. And I hope you see your way clear to subscribe to our channel. Come back, share, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.